Mm-hmm. Okay, let's check out the demo. English is fine. Let's go. Mm-hmm. Trial version. Beginning to the second chapter. Demo. 15 days have passed in game. Okay. Sure. A male. Oh, it doesn't matter. Like you can have a smaller stature. That's cool. Default name should be fine. Is it? I don't know how much of an RPG this is. So let's just go default for now. Because usually if it's like a fully customizable character with traits that I can choose, I usually go for, name of my choosing. But if it's like a predetermined character with their own personality, I want to go with the default names. Like for example, Final Fantasy VII, the original one. Like they gave you the option of choosing names, but I chose, well, I would always choose the default names, like, you know, Ain, Ain, rise and shine, sleepyhead. It's time to wake up. Uh, what kind of voice? You should be all better now. Come on, let's go. Immediately, I'm noticing that I should make my camera faster. 8 to jump is fine. No option yet. You might just be the one who could save the world. And the girl. What do you mean save? You will understand when the time comes. That is very cryptic. Girl, there will come a time when you will have to choose between this world and the one that existed until now. Huh. But don't forget that this is the story of your world. And as long as you love it, you will find a way. So, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how hopeless it may feel at times, Don't turn away from it. Thanks, girl. So pretty. Why am I in pain? Harvestella. It's a pretty JRPG name for a farming RPG. Harvestella. Why now? I should be out on doctor's rounds. Excuse me, you. Don't you think it's about time you woke up now? I'm assuming it's a different girl. No? That's fine. I have something for that. Magic. Oh, you're awake. Forget I said that. It's not like I was going to use magic on you to wake you up or anything. Where am I? We call this hill Bird's Eye Brae. At the bottom is a village called Lethe. Lethe. And I'm Cres, the village doctor. Now it's my turn. I don't think I've seen you around here before. No local in their right mind would be out walking around during Quietus. Are you a traveler or something? Quietus is from the trailer that was shown. I think it's like the season where I don't know what it is. It's a bad season. Well, we can ask. What's Quietus? It seems like your memory is a bit fuzzy. Well, never mind. I've got to go. Come to my clinic in Lethe when you're feeling a bit more with it. The red exclamation mark. Where the story will progress. Okay. Option. I keep pressing my right joystick to make my minimap bigger, but it doesn't happen. Storage box. You can store items in yellow storage boxes. All the storage boxes are connected to each other, on the inside. Okay. Convenient. We're blocked off. This looks very familiar. It's a pretty big village. What are the crops with their auras? There's blue ones and the red ones. And then that thing. Lethe Village. Hey, are you okay? You look kinda out of it. Oh, I know. You're the one Cres was talking about. You were found collapsed on the hill, right? Anyway, I'm Van, the Lethe Village. If you're looking for Cres, he's probably in the clinic. Where's the clinic? Hey, I'm onto you. You want me to take you to the clinic, don't you? Sorry, no can do. I may not look it, but I'm actually super busy right now. I'm right in the middle of a game of Princess and the Woman. Princess and the Omen. And after this, I'm gonna play Conello Catch with Vent and everyone. It's not hard to find though. It's at the top of the hill in this square. You can't miss it. Yeah, I think that's the building. It's really easy to get there. Just follow the street and then climb the steps from the village square. Well, see ya later. I'm gonna get back to my game. Ah, pressing the mouse button. Okay, it's pretty snappy. Can I zoom in? No. Like, I think the snappiness of UI is very, very important. Since it's like, I'm not sure, like, it's a farming game, so what a lot of farming games don't do really well is having snappy UI, like easy UI to how do I explain it? Because they're based around chores, right? You need to do a lot of chores with your fields and maybe crafting and swapping equipment and stuff like that. So it's a good sign that, you know, these options are very, very quick. For first impressions. Damn, you're back? Now that you're here, would you mind mixing up the mayor's medicine? It's Dim. Hello. Oh, it's you. Welcome. Come in. How are you feeling? Remembering anything yet? Ah, I see. Well, you were outside during Quietus. What is Quietus? Oh dear, you've forgotten about Quietus too. Even we doctors still know very little about it. Quietus is the season of death, when dust from the sea's light is abnormally emitted into the atmosphere. It comes in between the 4 seasons. We believe the dust can be deadly if it enters the body. So everyone usually stays inside during Quietus. Now then, come over here, please. Why are you just standing there? I'm about to give you a medical exam. A silent protagonist? Cres gives you a medical exam. Why did it fade to black? For now, your body seems to be in working order. You're very lucky for someone who fell ill during Quietus. It's a miracle you're still alive. Anyway, this works out for me too. I was just running out of beds, so it's a good thing you're better now. Are there a lot of patients in town? Because of the season? I like the sprite moving. Or the portrait, I guess, is a better term. So now, regarding your next monsters, combat tutorial incoming. Oh, it's dark. Ooh, was that an earthquake? It's so dark out. Cres, it's an emergency. Are you them? Are you siblings? Tim, what was that shaking just now? The sea light is acting weird. Come, quick! The sea's light. What could those tremors have been? Go up to Cres and Dim. Cres and Dim. Sea's light. Sea's light. Why did it suddenly go dark? Oh, this is divine retribution. Our time has come! The seaside is intensifying. Why? Quietus is meant to be over already. Look! Something in the water? Is it sucking up something from the ground? That's what it looked like. Crystals. Is this the F7 logo? What was that? Did you see that? I told you it's divine punishment! Did it land in the North Square? I'm scared. Look at you two scaredy cats. Our time is in peril. We got to go and find out what's happening. No, don't go, girl. Wait. Hey, don't run off like that. Dim, let's go. Let's go too. There might be casualties at the scene. Are you both doctors? So... if I stand still, the objective pops up. When I move, it goes away. Whoa. I can't believe it. How could something so massive fall out of the sky? Imagine if the order here were today. Imagine how many people would have been injured. I hope everyone's alright. On the bright side, it looks like no one got hurt. Stay away from the crystal, everyone. It could have harmful effects on the body. Can someone inform the mayor? He should be back in town by now. he was out of town. We will. Van, come on. It's our time to shine. Let's go. Is she like the leader of the kiddos? Alright everyone, show's over. We'll take over from here so the rest of you can go home. There's a door. Is that a door? Oh, you must be the traveler my sister told me about. You better go home too. Wait, is this? It is a. It's a door? Yeah, it is. An entrance? You mean you can go inside? Let's see. Why would you want to... It looks like a flower petal. This... What is this? Okay, I'm going in. Geronimo. Hey! No one told you to go in there. I'll have a look inside. You... Whoa. Hello there, sir. Are you alright? They're in pain, but still breathing. Red bean on this. Is it a these nuts joke? Red bean on these? Hey, are you okay? What's going on there? Be direct. There's a person inside? A person? Like a human person? What is this? That's, Traveler! Get away from it now! It? We have to get them treated. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Treat an omen? Oh, right. You're an amnesiac, aren't you? That probably doesn't mean much to you. Well, long story short, omens are trouble. They might be the ones behind Quietus. Omens are people, or is it a race? But this one's injured right now. Well, yes. You're right, I can't pretend I didn't see it. It. Isn't that right, Dad? Her father was also a doctor and taught her to treat anyone that was ill or hurt, injured. Maybe. Omen. She's calling it a different race or machine, something. Come on, let's carry it outside. Yeah. Cres, that's... It was inside. It's still alive. That's not what I meant! Yes, I know. But I couldn't just leave it there. Is it the mayor? Cres, Dim, have you found out anything about the flying object? Mayor! My goodness, I'm astounded! This is the crystal that crash landed here. It's enormous! Mayor, there was an omen inside it. Oh? Yes, it does look like one. Mayor, please tell her! We're not helping any omens. This was clearly all they're doing anyway. But it looks like it's in pain. And? How does that concern you? Are you the traveler I've been hearing about? I heard rumors that you came from afar during Quietus. Yes, this is the person from the rumors. It's just been one thing after another. What on earth is going on? Mayor, all my bets are still full from last week's incident. Ah, there was something. But I can't just leave this wounded woman, or this traveler here either. Indeed. We cannot provide refuge to an omen in our town. I thought so, but as a doctor, I can't leave behind the injured under any circumstances. Calm down, Cres. I just said we cannot keep the omen inside Lethe Village. What do you mean? Should I give him a different voice? There's a spare shed on Bird's Eye Brae, isn't there? No one will notice if you took it there. I grant you permission to treat it there until it regains consciousness. Ah. Now to carry this omen over to Bird's Eye Brae. Would you lend me a hand, traveler? Bird's Eye Brae, PEB. I just thought it reminds me of a console, kind of. I won't be able to treat this omen if I can't get under its armor. What is this thing made of? It just won't come off. That's why it's pointless even trying to treat an omen. I suppose all you can do for now is let it rest. Now, as for you, what brought you to our town? I don't know. Mayor, his memory was affected by Quietus. I wonder if I chose non-binary, it was their memory. Maybe? Like switch pronouns? That's most likely, right? Let's see. You were incredibly lucky to make it this far out during Quietus. A girl saved me? A girl saved me. A girl? None of the villagers should have been out at the time. His body was in a weakened state at the time. It's not unlikely that he may have experienced hallucinations. Perhaps. In any case, he could probably do with some rest. This shed has been vacant ever since the last owners left. You may use it as you please. Now excuse me, but I must be on my way to a village meeting. We have to decide on a plan of action regarding the crystal that landed here. Cres, Dim, I'm leaving the rest with you. Cres, are you sure you want to take in this omen? Yes. There you go, getting too involved again. You put yourself on the line too much. I'm going back to finish the rounds. So you are a doctor. Or at least a medical professional. Sorry, I've been so preoccupied with everything going on at the moment. What should I do now? I want to help. Naturally. You've been through much more than I have. Take it easy for the rest of the day. I'm sure your body must still be fighting off the effects of Quietus. I'll leave you to it. I'm coming back to check on you tomorrow, alright? You are suddenly overcome with a feeling of tiredness. Time to get some rest. Okay. Sleep. The game will autosave when you rest in bed and the day ends. Spring Zephyr. Is it Spring Season Zephyr the month, day 2? The first one from Beyond. Beyond. Somebody's here. Oh dear, were you still sleeping? It's already afternoon, sleepyhead. Well, if you're sick, you're sick. Not much we can do about that. How are you feeling? I never got your name. Do you remember what it is? Ain. Ain? It's good you remember that much, at least. I'm going to give you a quick once-over. Hold still, please. Okay. Still nothing out of the ordinary. Oh, that's right. The mayor asked me to give you something. Would you mind coming outside? It's not the most conventional gift, but here you go. You received 3 carob seeds and 3 stellar wheat seed. It looks like everyone in Lethe Village pitched in. You've got a good plot of land here. I guess he's hoping you'll put it to use when you get back on your feet. Which, I must say, makes perfect sense from a doctor's perspective. It'll keep you busy, since it's easy to feel gloomy or despondent when you don't have something to work towards. That's the truth. And when the mind suffers, so does the body. No point in dilly-dallying. Let's get to work. Don't worry, I'll teach you what to do. I'm not an expert, but I know the basics. You want me to help you? No. I'm a doctor, not a farmer. I can barely lift the tools by myself. Besides, doing it yourself is the best way to learn. Sure, Doc. Plow the earth, plant seeds, and water them while changing out your tools. Let's see how fast the animations are. And the camera will not... Is it only in this zone? It won't move up too much. Okay. Borrow twice to complete. Oh, in the same area. Okay. Does holding the button do anything? Nope. I have to press it twice. Okay. X to press seats. The directional buttons to... Okay. I'm gonna hate myself for playing that way, but okay. Yeah, the menus are pretty good. While holdings that are... What's... Ah. Hold. I'm guessing I'm gonna have get more tools soon. I can hold for this. Okay, this is nice. Daily watering. The crops on your farm need water to grow. Water them every day. Sure. Not half bad. You seem pretty good with your hands. Keep it up and I'm sure you'll have no problem. Yeah, that wasn't so hard. You pick things up pretty quick, I wonder if I should put you to work at the clinic. I'm kidding. I'm definitely kidding. Although, this farm has seen better days. You must have had a hard time working on it. These rocks kept getting in the way. Yeah, I can imagine. If you had a hammer or something, you could break down those rocks and have more space for your farm. Don't suppose you have one, do you? Nope. Didn't think so. In that case, you'll just have to make one. Could you make one for me? Do you have one I could borrow? No? I'm afraid not, but it's best you make one for yourself anyway. You're going to have to be self-sufficient to live here. You can make a hammer with some heartstone. I'll show you how to make it, but you've got to gather the materials first. You should be able to find the materials you need at the Njord Steppe. The Njord Steppe. Oh, right, you probably don't know where that is. You'll find the Njord Steppe if you get off this hill from the gate over there and follow the road east. There are monsters around there though, so be careful. And what else? Oh yeah, you can have this. Weapon? Oh, sandwich. Thank you. You received a sandwich from Cres. Is it gonna be an unbreakable sandwich like Fiora's sandwich? You must be hungry after all that farm work, right? Here's something for you to eat. It's a good idea to fill your stomach before you head out on any journeys. Because if you wait until you're weak and pass out to eat, then it's already too late. So you're to eat that and restore the energy you spent, understood? Thanks. Food and stamina. You can recover stamina spent working the farm or HP lost in battle by eating food. Some food can even improve abilities temporarily. Your hunger gauge fills temporarily after eating. If the hunger gauge is even slightly filled, your stamina will begin to recover unsold. Oh, that's new. Well, not new, but okay. Well then, I'll be heading back to the clinic. If that omen opens your eye after I've left, then let me know right away. Do I have a weapon? Oh, time passes automatic, okay. Your ability will be reduced and your actions limited as it gets later in the day. Once the clock reaches midnight, you will collapse from exhaustion. Make sure to go home and sleep before that happens. Okay, so midnight. It's 1 p.m. right now. Okay. What is this? Nothing yet. This is a chest. Shipping box, story box. Shipping box means I can put crops or items here, and then I'll be able to, well, someone will sell it for me in the morning, probably. Oh, it's a world map. On the world map, the passing of time corresponds to how far you have traveled. Explore the nearby Lethe Village or head east to the Njord Steppe. Let's see. Oh. Ooh. Very old school. And it's already 4 p.m. Oh my god. I'm gonna make the stone thing first. Combat tutorial, maybe. And then tomorrow I'll say hi to people. I want to do the combat thing first because these are important in a farm. Okay. Okay, there's my voice. Gathering and mining. There are areas in the field where you can obtain items by using stamina. You can get 2 items from these areas that will replenish the following day. Okay. Okay, nice. No animation for mining. Chest. Seeds. Okay. I like that we don't have animation for mining. There's 2 ways of looking at it, I guess. Like, if you're going for like a semi-realistic experience where things are slower, I think having animations can be good for the immersion, right? But I think in games like this, the sun looks like it will set any minute now. Go back to your house and first I break to sleep. Okay, thank you, game. Games like this where you will be repeating this, you know, it's a farming game. You're gonna be collecting stuff all the time. I think it's important to have that be snappy, quick. I don't know what this is. How do I craft? Cres? Maybe I should ask her. Time passes by really quickly in this mode. I can have up to 3 people in my party. I can choose my job. Ooh, this reminds me of a little bit of fantasy life. I need 10 Hearthstone. I only have 2. 8 p.m. so I'm going to... what should I do? Yes, I am going to farm. letters arrive to your mailbox. Sometimes those come with items. The mailbox lights up to notify you when there are new letters. Okay. In front of my house? Yes. Yes. One, two. 1, 2. There's spring, summer, and fall. Okay. No, before I do that, I have to plant. Do I need to fill my water somewhere? I don't see any meter. Okay. So far, it's late, better go home and sleep. I died until midnight. I want to play. So far, everything. Oh, I have a debuff. I think that means I'm sleepy. Everything has been pretty snappy, which is a good sign. For this. Okay. Sleep. Because these are things that you are going to be repeating ad nauseum. Oh, it's an event. That's why. There's a loud sound coming from the other bed. Now I'm awake. Whoa. Do we need an overseer? No, don't go back to sleep. Check on them. What the heck? Error. Abnormality detected in life support system may cause irreversible effects to the body. It woke up. Operator consciousness levels low. Cognizant judgment impossible. Taking atmosphere composition. Small amount of Gaia dust detected. Body affected by Gaia dust density. Rectifying. Discarding protective equipment. It just poofs. It's a girl? No, what are you? The girl is sleeping peacefully. Better go and call Cres right away. You're trying to tell me there was a human inside that woman's armor this whole time? Ain, are you sure this girl was inside the Omen armor? I'm positive. Fair enough. I don't see what you would have to gain by lying to us. It makes sense for her to have been in the Omen armor the whole time. The fabric of her clothing isn't anything I've seen before either. I wonder where she's from. I bet she works for them. You shouldn't let your guard down just because she looks like us, Cres. So, is there like a different civilization up in the sky or in a different plane than us? A human wearing omen armor is pretty suspicious. Enough, Dim. There's no point jumping to conclusions. I need a different voice. What would you do with her, Cres? What indeed? She's still unconscious, so we'll just need to wait and see for now. But Cres! But what? We can't just abandon her, can we? Aim, you don't mind, do you? I don't know enough to say this. We can't turn her away. I knew you'd see it that way too. I'll leave her in your care until then. Very good. It's quite late, so let's head back to the village. Don't let your guard down. No excuses. I'll come back in the morning to see how things are going. What's that marking on her pouch? Bye for now, Ain. I don't even know how to pronounce my own name. The girl from the armor is sleeping peacefully. That's a weird way to say it. The girl from the armor. It might be a good idea to get some sleep too. Yes. What time do we wake up? 6 a.m.? Oh, level. Is it the girl? Well, what the? Yeah, she sounds energetic. What the? Where the hell am I? Somebody's talking. I was investigating the Red Dean. Then... Ah! What happened to my gear? It got disenchanted. Ah! This sucks! Seriously, what is this place? She left. She went outside. Search for the voice's owner. A very silent. No music. Redin. 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 Is that? No, it can't be. A new Red Queen? Red Queen. Redin. Red Queen. You're awake. You weren't you asleep in the other bed? What's with that? What's with the getup? Morning, Ein. You're up early. Huh? She's awake? I will get the mayor. Yeah, run, girl. Her outfit. And did she say mayor? I have a bad feeling about this. Ah, it's chilly out here. Yeah, you should get something, you know, cover up more. Or maybe my clothes are too thin? Whatever. I'm going back inside before I catch a cold out here. Mm-hmm. So, You can tell us where you're from, miss? Tell me what year it is first? Like, what calendar do you use? Lunar? Gregorian? Huh. I'm not sure how it would help, but we used the Horian calendar, making it the year 855. Horian? I've never heard of it. No, I don't get the impression any of you are making light of the situation. We speak the same language, so at least I've got that going for me. What are you? And what do you have to do with the omens? Omens? I have honestly no idea what you're talking about. Playing coy, huh? Then that's enough. Let's listen to what she has to say. Thank you. We still don't know where you're coming or where you're from. I have figured that out myself. Huh? I'm looking at the clothes you're wearing and the structure of this house, and I can't say I've ever seen any of it in the history books I've read. Are you a time traveler? Is your necklace the pendant? Is that a clock? Although, I guess they do resemble artifacts of what we would call the Middle Ages where I'm from. Are you from Earth? Which leads me to draw only one reasonable conclusion. I think I came here from the future. Huh? What do you mean by that? Trust me, I want to believe this is all a bad dream, but I might have to accept that this is reality. It's safer to laugh with the lunatics after all. Okay, this is not what I expected. From my first impression of the game with the trailer. Where are you going? I can't just sit around doing nothing. If my theory is correct, and I am, in fact, from another timeline, then I have to find a way back. I need to come up with a plan. Not only that, but I need to figure out why that stone has appeared in this time as well. The Red Queen. There's a lot that needs to be done. And we're already out of time. What do you think she meant by that? Beats me. But whatever. No point dwelling on it now. I should head back to work. Do you need me here? No, you go on ahead. There's still something I want to do here. Got it. Don't stay too late. So, Ain. Is it Ain or Ein? Ain. I'm gonna say Ain. Those vegetables you planted yesterday should be ready now. Let's go and harvest them. Already? Huh, what, already? Those particular seeds grow pretty quick. Anyway, you don't mind if I take a look since I'm here already? Come on, let's go outside. I like it when my characters are in sync with what I'm thinking. So, what am I? Do I have a pendant on my chest? No. The vegetables you planted are looking good. I can see you're doing a fine job of taking care of them. So what now? Well, if you ship your crops, merchants can easily deliver them to families all over the world. And you'll earn yourself some money in the process as compensation. First, you should harvest your vegetables. A to harvest, yes. Is this gonna be quick? I can't hold. The wheat hasn't grown yet. Oh, I hate this. Nice job with the harvest. Now that's done, would you mind putting them in that blue shipping box over there? Not yet, I have 3 more to go. The carrot grows quickly, but the wheat, not the lettuce. What have I done? It fills up 10 stomach. 5 stomach. Don't move all. I'm gonna move 3. Good. Looks like they're all in there. Your shipment should be collected at some point today. At some point? Not exact times. Then you'll receive money for everything you ship tomorrow morning. Oh, okay. You'll have to wait until then to see how much your vegetables sold for. And that about covered shipping. Any questions? Some of the crops haven't fully grown yet. Don't forget to water them later. Oh, I was worried about you in the beginning, but now I see you'll be just fine. Thank you, Cres, for showing him the ropes. Anyway, Ain, I actually have other matters to discuss with you. Would you mind coming inside? Is this a crafting station? This is the crafting table. As long as you got the recipe and some materials, it's an invaluable tool for crafting items. This is for you. Materials. You received a return bell recipe and materials from the mayor. This is a recipe for an item called a return bell, and the materials you'll need to craft it. It's a handy item to have. When you use the return bell, when you return home in the blink of an eye, a hearthstone. There will come a time where your health recovers and you'll be venturing outside of Bird's Eye Bray. If you find yourself losing track of time while you're out wandering, try using the return bell. Thank you. You could not make a hammer at... You could make a hammer at the crafting table too. As long as you've got the materials, of course. I need 8 more rocks. One more thing. When you get a chance, please show your face at the stores around Lethe Village. There's the general store, Smithy, the renovator. I'm sure you'll come to rely on them the more time you spend in Lethe. Now then, I shall be heading back to the village. I have told you everything for now. Me too. I don't want Dim getting upset with me. Well then, have a good day, Ain. Crafting. You can craft using the crafting table in your house. In order to craft, you need a recipe. Crafting takes time. The amount of time it takes depends on the item you're crafting. Okay. 1 PM right now. Okay. I got 3 monolith fragments. Oh, it tells you where you need to go. That's nice. That's very nice. And wait, 20 minutes? So is it gonna be 120? Yes, it's now a... Okay, good. Can only be used once. Okay, good to know. Can I save? I think it only saves during the night. Right? Okay, this is a Switch game, so I can just pause it. No, then I can't play Xenoblade. No! No! Oh, that was nice for a first look. I am enjoying it. I was worried the performance was gonna be, you know, bad-ish. But it looks pretty, and as far as I can tell, it's running quite well. I'm wondering... Oh. Levels. Okay. I'm wondering how it's gonna be in the next few days.